you could have gone for a number close way earlier, but we're talking about really, really solid, you know, pickups. It's really flashy. Oh, look, I can get a number in 30 seconds. Doesn't count for much.
Yeah, and I have footage like that, but I don't actually, you know, it's not something I want to rely upon, number closes like that, because they're very 50-50. They either work or don't.
And you're approaching a girl, you're like, oh wow, she's gorgeous, I've got to go after her.
Yeah.
And you want to take her on a date and have sex with her.
Yeah.
It's not like, she's okay, and I'll approach 20 girls, and it's not like that. You want that one, and so you want the interaction to be, you know, solid. Yeah. And I'd much rather, out of 2 hours of going out and doing my thing, I'd much rather meet 2 girls that I really like and you spend 2 hours with them. Yeah. Rather than 8 who are just like flashy and they're very flaky. It depends on all sorts of factors whether she keeps in touch or not. I did an experiment once. I had these 20 numbers that I hadn't followed up for whatever reason. I was travelling and then I didn't call them, or I lost my phone and then I found it again. Whatever. I didn't call the girls. And I got someone to do a text routine where they sent them through 5 text messages, and the only ones that got all the way to the end and were ready to come around the house were like the worst ones that had nothing better to do, and the really beautiful ones weren't. You know, these numbers were kind of dead numbers, and it's all about that initial interaction and making it as solid as possible. So if you actually want the real quality girls, this is what you need to do. So we've got in the logical debate, we've won the logical debate, and you're also, the next thing you're doing is building some comfort, right? Okay, and a lot of guys do it earlier, don't they? But you kind of do it a little bit after.
Yeah, or if I do it early, it would
then
be
you switch
followed,
around the other stuff, so it doesn't matter too much.
Well, I think connection plus attraction is what makes anything sexual between man and woman. One by itself is boring. It's one beat. It's not exciting enough.
How do you do your connection? Like, what are you trying to do?
I like to get to know girls like all the way through the beginning of what their childhood, and I'm genuinely interested as to that person's background. You know, I had a really interesting background. My parents immigrated here from the Middle East and stuff, and I think that's the reason I'm genuinely interested as to, say, if I meet a girl who's from America and she's ended up in London, I want to know about why she did end up in London, why she spent half her life in America, and that's genuinely something that I find interesting. So I think it's not to do with the subject, it's to do with why you're interested in it. So if it is sports, you know, a lot of people love girls who are into sports. A lot of my clients, a lot of my students love women who are just generally go to the gym a few times a week. So ask about that. Ask, do you work out? You know, that's a good question to connect on.
Sure. So you find things that are important to you and things you're interested in, and then you can genuinely listen and care what they're on about.
Exactly, for real.